Hello, today we're going to talk about measuring the spread of data. So whenever we measure the spread of data, we are usually going to use the range, the interquartile range, the standard deviation, and the variance. For this specific lesson, we are only going to focus on the range and the interquartile range. The standard deviation and variance will come later on. So anytime you want to find the range, you need to know that the range is finding the difference between the maximum and the minimum values. So basically, the greatest number and the smallest number in the data set, you have to subtract them. So let's do an example here. It says the IB math exam scores of the students are as follows. We want to find the range of the data. So I have to understand what my max and my min is. So I see that my maximum number in the data set is going to be an 8. The min of my data set is going to be a 2. So when I want to find my range, I know that my range is the difference between the two, which is my max minus my min, which means that my range is going to be 8 minus 2, which is equal to 6. Next, we have the interquartile range. So anytime you have the interquartile range, that is nothing but the difference between the upper and the lower quartiles. You need to understand that your upper and lower quartiles are nothing but the median of the upper and the lower half of the data set. So your lower quartile is the median of the lower half. Your upper quartile is the median of the upper half. So if we do an example here, we have these numbers, and we also need to understand that we need to list them in order. So when I list these numbers in order, I'm going to have 10, 12, 16, 17, 18. I'm going to cross them off as I go so that I don't count them twice. And then we have 22, 24, and I skipped a 20 here. Then we're going to have a 29 and a 32. All right, so these are my numbers in order, and I always make sure to count to make sure I have the same amount of numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to check to make sure I have 10 in my new set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So in order to figure out what your lower quartile and your upper quartile is, you first have to divide your data into two equal pieces, meaning that I need to find the actual median. So remember, anytime we find the median, we cross out from left to right. So I'm crossing out 1, 2, 3, 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the other side. My median is going to be halfway between 18 and 20. And we know that when we have two numbers, we know that our median is going to be the average. And if we do 18 plus 20 and take it and divide it by 2, we will get that our median is 19. So the median here is 19 here. So now once you found your median, you have to understand that you have now divided your data set into an upper and a lower section. So now I'm going to look at the lower section, which is this portion here, and I'm going to now find the median here. So my median is going to be cross them out, 1 on the end, 1 on the other, 1 on the end, 1 on the other. Here my median is 16. So that is my Q1, because the Q1 is the median of the lower half. All right. So now I need to find the median of the upper half, which is our Q3. So if I look at the upper half, I'm looking here. And if I want to find my median, I cross one off on each end, and I end up with my Q3 being 24. So now when it asks what is my interquartile range, my interquartile range is just your upper quartile subtract your lower quartile, which is going to be 24 minus 16. And 24 minus 16 is 8. So my interquartile range is 8 here. Remember, there's always a way you can do it in the calculator. So if we press Stat Edit, we're going to type our original data set in L1. And let me go correct that. That should be 16. Then I can put the 29 at the bottom. It doesn't matter. So there are my numbers, and I'm going to press Stat, go over to Calc, press 1 for 1 variable statistics, and scroll down. And so as I look through here, if I scroll all the way down, I will end up seeing that and let me make sure I typed in all of my numbers right, just to double check. So we should have a 12, a 24, a 17, a 10, 16. That should be, okay, we have a 29. I put that one at the bottom. A 22, 18, 32, and that should be, instead of that being a 30, that should be a 20. All right. So once I do that, I press Stat, go over to Calc, 1 variable statistics, and then I go here. So as you can see here, as I scroll down, I see that my median is 19, so that is correct. I see that my Q1 is 16, which is correct. My Q3 is 24, which is correct. And it does not calculate your ranges for you because all you have to do is subtract. So I can verify that my answers are correct here. So if you have any questions on measures of spread, range, and IQR, please let me know and I will be more than happy to assist you. Have a great day.